Halamoana Exiles and happy 4th of July if you are in the US. Now, I told you that there was going to be a teaser for GGG Live today. I knew that it was going to happen just as I went to my parents' 4th of July party. And oh my goodness, everyone, it's a wild one. If you haven't seen it yet, it will be playing in the background here of this video, or you can go and watch it on the Path of Exile site. But oh my goodness, we are getting Path of Exile 1, Settlers of Kalguur. No, that's not me being funny. This isn't a joke. That I'm not turning into It's Yoji or anything. That's legitimately what's happening here. Now, today we received the first teaser for GGG Live, which will take place on July 18th as predicted, and then the POE 1 League will release on July 26th, 1 week later. We don't have any POE 2 news, but we do have that POE 1 teaser. And it looks like, one, there's going to be a collaboration between two historic factions that we've interacted with in Path of Exile before, that being the Kalguur from Expedition League and being the Heist Rogues from Heist League, which is very interesting. We see the leader of the Expedition folks, Danig, interacting with Faustus the Fence in the teaser trailer, emerging from a boat, seemingly landing back on Rayclast. Now, this could mean a few things, everyone. One, this is finally Boat League. Could it actually be occurring? Could we finally actually be getting on a boat and sailing off to different islands throughout Rayclast? I don't think so. I think this is a bit of a bait from Grinding Gear Games. I don't think it's an actual boat league. I think that Danig was just re-emerging from traveling from Kalguur via boat, and we are getting massively baited with the teaser itself. Possible that I'm completely wrong, but I really think that's what's happening here. Now, what may actually be feasible here, if I'm wrong, is that Grinding Gear Games has a ton of ship assets from Act 4 of POE 2 that they can easily transfer into Path of Exile 1, and that's what they're doing with POE 1 Settlers of Kalguur. Because do you think that we'll actually be using the boat or not? Given the name, I'm going to really go with no, guys. So they could be baiting us. I think they're baiting us. We could actually go on the boat. We could sail and do, an island league or something. And I think a lot of people are thinking that's what's going to happen. I don't think so. I think they're going to lean heavily into the aspect that they're obviously referencing in the title of the expansion, and that is Settlers of. Now, many of us, of course, blast Path of Exile a lot. We may play some Diablo, some Last Epoch, maybe some World of Warcraft, Guild Wars 2, other games. If you play board games, there's one game out there that you probably have touched at some point in the recent past, and that is Settlers of Catan. Catan. Settlers of Catan, okay? And that game involves you finding a new island and settling it, building settlements and structures and connecting them with roads and gaining resources. And that's all I could think of when I saw that logo, when I heard that name, Settlers of Kalguur. So what I think is going to happen, everyone, my totally unhinged theory is that Path of Exile, Settlers of Kalguur is going to involve us settling the Kalgurans across Rayclast. We'll be managing settlements in POE 1. Yes, it's going to be a city builder, which is a genre that we haven't really explored in Path of Exile before. We have lots of different examples of POE developers just ripping ideas from other genres and implementing them into the game. We have Harvest, which was based on Factorio and resource management systems there. We have Blight, which was tower defense. We have the Forbidden Sanctum, which was a roguelite. We have Trial of the Ancestors, which was an auto-battler, all with their own unique Path of Exile twist. And I do think that's what's going to be happening. POE 1 Settlers of Kalguur. Now, what would that actually look like? In the background, we can see some stuff that is actually in Settlers of Catan, like sheep and farmlands and everything. I really think that we're going to be able to manage a board of sorts and gain currency and resources passively as we're going out and maybe performing missions, doing maps, quests, and so on and so forth, and bringing them back to our city or to our settlement of Kalguur for them to then reap those rewards, essentially. So we'll be finding stuff, bringing them back to the city. Maybe after a certain amount of time, they'll actually grow, they'll become something real that rewards us, and we can work on building up our city as the league progresses. If that's actually the case, everyone, the Grinding Gear Games devs are just going absolutely hard here. even though a lot of people were displeased with Necropolis as a league, as I was, there's no denying that they may be going absolutely ham with this particular league. And remember, too, this is also likely the last league before Path of Exile 2's early access hits later this year. If it goes for 3 or 4 months, that goes to November. It's going to launch in November, the early access. So this might be the one big last hurrah for Path of Exile 1 before people are split between POE 1 and POE 2. And if that's the case, they're really going hard with this expansion. Now, trying not to get too hyped up, I was really excited about the Lake of Kalandra one with that very cool name and the concept that could be interesting. I think they're going to do it with this one, though. We got Mark Roberts at the helm. They've talked about a lot of quality of life improvements, working on Melee for this specific 3.25 expansion. And if they've had this idea cooking in the background and they're stealing from city builders, they're stealing from settlers of Catan, and they're implementing this awesome system, oof, I'm very excited. Also, brief point before the video ends, I do think that we'll get a Path of Exile 2 teaser as well, because GGG Live is not just for Path of Exile 1. It should be for Path of Exile 2 as well. But while we received the Path of Exile 1 teaser today, I expect either a teaser today again, and if that's the case, oh my goodness, I'm going to make another video talking about it at my parents' 4th of July party, or it's 1 week from today, because GGG Live will take place in 2 weeks from today on July 18th, and I'm so excited for it. I will be streaming it live, of course. I will be covering all of it as usual, everyone. So, that being said, have a wonderful day. Happy 4th if you're in the US and you celebrate again. I'm going to go have some food, chill with people. It was great to see you all. Great to see that teaser as well. Thanks, GGG. I knew you were going to put it out today. Anyways, that's all for this one. Kara.